Happy New Year and welcome to the first weekly update of 2021. As a reminder, the first semester ends on January the 27th and the school year will officially end on June 4th, 2021. I was hopeful that the adjustment to our instructional learning models that we announced prior to the winter holiday break would have been sufficient enough to provide time for our community's transmission of COVID-19 to decrease. Unfortunately, that's not where we are in Newton County, even today on January the 8th. As we announced earlier this week, we made the decision to extend remote learning for an additional 5 days as the COVID-19 numbers in our community have increased significantly throughout the month of December and into the beginning of January. Students currently served in person are scheduled to report to school on Tuesday, January the 19th, as long as we see a downward trend in our community's COVID-19 data. You may be wondering why we made the decision, so I wanted to provide you with some background information. First, we regularly and have regularly since the beginning of all of this reviewed the COVID-19 data for our schools and the Newton County community. And the December numbers increased dramatically to the point that the total number of cases last month was almost the equivalent of the cases for July and August combined. And July and August were the highest 2 months of confirmed cases since the pandemic began until December. After reviewing the numbers, we consulted with our local medical professionals from both the Gwinnett, Newton, Rockdale Health Department and Piedmont Newton Hospital, as their guidance and feedback are really important to our decision-making process. With the COVID numbers as high as they are in our community, it was not prudent to have students return to our school buildings. As I've stated repeatedly, although I believe firmly that in-person instruction is the most beneficial learning model for most of our students, the health and safety of our students and our staff will always be my number one priority. Please keep in mind that the closure is short-term, and it's the short-term solution designed to aid in the reduction of the transmission of the virus in our schools and community. Throughout the month of January, we will review the data regularly and implement any necessary adjustments in our in-person instructional model in 5-day increments. In other words, we do not plan to close our buildings to in-person instruction for more than 5 days at a time. So each Wednesday, we will notify parents via school messenger call around 7 p.m. regarding the status for the following week. We will continue this procedure until the COVID-19 numbers significantly decrease to the point that in-person students are able to return safely to school. So next week, on January the 13th, you will hear from us via school messenger regarding the return to in-person instruction scheduled for January 19th. Depending upon the numbers, we will make a decision whether or not it is safe for students and staff to be together in our buildings on January the 19th. Additionally, please watch for our announcement regarding meal distribution for the next week as we are expanding our meal service program. Finally, you can assist in combating this very contagious virus by implementing the things we know are effective. Practice the 3 W's. Watch your distance, wash your hands, and wear a mask. And please, stay home when you're not feeling well. We must each do our part so that our schools can reopen to in-person instruction. I thank you for your understanding, and I assure you our goal is to reopen schools to our students as soon as possible. Until next week, have a great weekend, be safe, and continue to practice the 3 W's.